Great round of applause. He's going to come up in just a moment. I wanted to take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Phil Valdez. I'm the founder and pastor of Passion Life Church here, and we're excited to host this in our brand new building. And so we want to just give you a little bit of what Inspire is all about and just our vision about what we'd like to do with all of our business owners and entrepreneurs. How many business owners do we have in the house today? If you're a business owner, let me see your hands. All right, awesome. How many entrepreneurs you're setting out? You have a vision? Awesome. You're at the right place at the right time. We just feel like when people come together, when the right people come together in the right places, the right things can happen. And so we want to connect a lot of you together. We're doing, probably next year, we'll probably do 2 events with some guest speakers. We like to call these our big events. However, we're also doing some small groups, and I want to invite you to our small group. It's called our Inspire Society Circles. And so you can just see it's going to be on September. Do you guys have that slide? I'd appreciate it if you put it up. That would help. The society circles. Okay, so yeah, there we go. It's September 23rd, and that'll be Tuesday from 9 a.m., and we're going to network, and then we have 9:30, we'll have a speaker. It's here in our cafe. It's an awesome opportunity for you all to just get to know each other on a smaller group level and just get to know. We're really excited about what's going on here. Listen, if we don't have your information, we'd like to get you signed up to our newsletter. We promise not to spam you, but we'd like to just connect you and let you know what's happening. So we're going to put a QR code up right here on the screen, and if you haven't received an email from us, we'd love for you to just sign up, and we'll just remind you about the society circles. We'll remind you about all the things that are happening, and if you can just scan that QR code, we'd be so honored that you're. How many of you are here for the very first time? This is your first Inspire? All right. How many of you came last time? You were here last time? All right. Well, it's awesome. We're so glad that you are here today. So here's what we're going to do is we have some giveaways, and then we're going to bring some of our business owners up, and they're going to share with you a little bit about their business and what's going on. So if you put your business card right here, then we can just see anybody wants some merch from Inspire. Let's see. Okay, well, so we have Allie Rose Beauty, and so we have you can have a pink hat that says Inspired, and those are embroidered, or you can have a hoodie. So let's see. We got one more here. All right. We have Star Hill Creatives. Who's Star Hill Creatives? Are they in the house today? All right.
The field soon. He's got a couple D1 offers. I'm a college athlete myself. I went to USC and played soccer. I was a goalkeeper. And so I played in the corporate America world for a long time, and I saw a huge opportunity in the beauty industry to take my corporate America background and combine it with the beauty world. We were just talking about this, how there's a gap between your professionalism and the beauty world. And so about 5 years ago, I left everything from Orange County. I moved to Temecula. I started with nothing. My husband's like, you just left a 6-figure job. Are you insane? And I did it. And I started from the ground up. And now we've got We just opened a salon right in this complex, right in the front. It's called the Beauty Collective by Ali Rose. We do cut, color, blowouts, makeup lessons, hair. We just opened about 3 months ago. And then our core business is Ali Rose Beauty. We do hair and makeup for weddings, events. We've got some films out. I have 2 films out. We do Runway, LA Fashion Week, you name it. We pretty much do it in the beauty industry. We just got, I manifested this and I'm really excited, but we just got a feature in Vogue this year. And I just got an email yesterday that potentially I'm going to be cast in a Netflix series for our business and what we're doing and whatnot. So I have an interview on Tuesday, so hopefully we'll get that. But we have 40 girls. We've got 5 admins. And it's just been absolutely a dream and incredible. And so I'm super grateful that Phil came over and introduced us to this group. So hopefully I'll be moving into that coaching space as well. So if anyone here is starting, I'd be glad to kind of tell you where I started and what it looks like. So thank you for having me.
One of the purposes of Inspire is to make you aware of what's happening and just connecting you to the great people of Temecula in this area. You know, we just got a text 2 days ago from a bank that they said, hey, we can't be at Inspire because unfortunately one of the board members' mother's in hospice. And so we said, we'll pray for you. But they said, we want to connect. So we have a bank that's going to be joining us, and the board of that bank, they're called Genesis Bank right here on Jefferson. And some of you wouldn't even know that they exist. And so I'm just excited about making connections to different business owners. And we have another couple of business owners that are here from Cal Coast. Would you give it up for Adam and Crystal? Come on, give it up for them. Amazing people.
Hi, everyone.
Good morning, good morning.
I just want to say thank you to Pastor Phil for throwing this event. This is our second Inspire event, and the first one was incredible. So we're happy to be here again. So we're Cal Coast Property Management. As the name states, we manage properties. We are a fairly newer company, but we have over 30 years of experience. I know we look pretty young, but our team is comprised of 2 other associates that aren't here right now, but they have over 30 years of experience. I myself over 10, and the same with Adam, over 10 years of experience. He is our CFO, and I am one of the brokers and one of the CEO of the company. We primarily service San Diego County. We have some properties in Riverside County area, and we are a full-service property management company. So we cover tenant screening, we cover all of the maintenance requests, we just everything with tenants we take care of. So that is our company. So we would be happy to talk to any of you about any of your resident needs or property needs if you have them. So that is it. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. You're a man of many words. Appreciate it, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. And by the way, she didn't say it, but I'm going to say it. They're married. Come on, give them a good round of applause. Amen. I didn't know people could get married at so young. Wow. But phenomenal people. She didn't say it, but she also has a photography business, and they are amazing. And so excited about that. And definitely last but not least, would you get up for Destined to Greatness, Marcos Espinosa. Esparza left a life of male modeling to serve the Lord. Come on, somebody. And to do what he's doing. And so, yeah, got tired of the underwear ads. That's all right, man. It's all right. We're glad that you're here.
Well, how's everyone doing today? Great. So my name is Marcos Esparza. That's my beautiful wife, Adriana Esparza there.
Woo!
That's right. Give it to my wife. But anyways, how we help families is, as you can see here, we do buy homes for cash. We help clients out that avoid foreclosure, bad tenants, right? Some houses are outdated, have too many repairs that are needed. We do help out. I have an example. Just recently here, I had a client, a seller. She was going through a divorce, also going through foreclosure. They were going to lose their property. It was the night before they were going to lose their property. I just gave her a call. I told her, hey, you're going to lose your property to the bank tomorrow. I could postpone this foreclosure for you, give you some more time to live in your property, and put an extra $100,000 into your pocket. Would you be open to it? And they said, absolutely. So we went ahead and did that, and able to repair the property, resold it, and not only did we give them $100,000, but we gave them $140,000, right? So another situation, just so you guys can be aware of what we do. I have another client here we just picked up here in Ontario. This came through a realtor. So if there's any realtors out there and having trouble getting rid of their property and they need an exit plan, right? It could still help out your client, also get compensated on it. What they did, this realtor, he had this property, he had this client that he wanted to list, but the seller did not want to list it on the market. He didn't even want to have open houses. The house was distressed, a little beat up. So he was all like, man, what am I going to do? So he gave me a call. He's like, hey, Marcos, I got this property. You think you could make them an offer? So we went to go take a look at it, made them an offer. Sure enough, we were able to take it off the person's hands. The guy was happy because he didn't have to have open houses. We were able to get the property, took care of it. And that was pretty much it. Now I'm just going. So there it is, right? So that's how we help out families here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to give us come back to our table and talk to us. And I just want to give it up right here. I just want to let you guys know that I am a member of the greatest church, right, in Temecula Valley. Passion Life Church, baby. So get excited. That's all I got. Pastor Phil.
Phenomenal. You know, in talking to Marcos, I love that story because he helped somebody who they thought it was over. It was literally the last day, and yet their company came in and helped them. And when someone thinks it's over and that's it, and you know you're going to lose your house, he actually came in, and not only was it not over, he put $100,000 in their account. Isn't that amazing? I think that's amazing. Great job. So again, we just want to bring in awareness. There's people here that I think you need to connect with. And before Tim comes, I wanted to let you know just another thing that we are believing to do is not just network and get to know each other, but we'd like to do some community service and make Temecula a better place. And so here's the idea that we had. If you were at the last Inspire Society circles, I had everybody close their eyes for a minute because I was talking about vision. And I said, what it would be like if we could actually get into the school system, and let's just say we have some young people who are interested, let's just say in cosmetology. And but they don't have no idea what that entails. Imagine if we could connect with them and actually connect them with you for a day of service so they can see what you would do. And everybody was like, man, that's awesome. Well, this last week I got an email from one of the schools, and we just started talking to them about this plan. And I just said, hey, I have this idea. Do you have any type of business schooling or trade, classes for the kids? We're putting together business owners with this ministry that we call Inspire. And if some of the kids would like to spend a day in the life of, maybe a realtor or somebody who's doing cosmetology, we'd like to supply that. And they said, let's talk about it. So I'm so excited because there's things that are happening together and God's putting some things together. How many of you would be interested in making a difference in our community and your business making a difference in our community? That's what this is all about. And so I would love for you to continue to connect with us and see what'll happen and what God can do through all of us. We are so excited today. He has been a friend. I was telling somebody today about our keynote speaker, Tim's story. There's a lot of people who are great at what they do, and he is obviously that, world-renowned. But I love his heart for people. And I think that's what makes a difference because he really cares, and it shows to come today, to come to the church. And I don't know, how many years have you been doing this, Tim? 44 years. He's worked with the top people. And today, he told me, he's like, I'm just glad to be here in Temecula with you all. And so you are going to be incredibly blessed. And I just want to ask you this. I want you to direct your attention to the screen as you see this video. And then afterwards, after the video, could we just give Tim Story a great round of applause when he comes? Just check out this video.
So, what a privilege to be here today. And I love your pastor, his family. Can we give them a big, big clap? Just fantastic. And for you that do not come to this church, one thing I love about this church, it's a real Jesus-style church, which means they just love people. And they don't just teach the word, but they're doing the word by serving people. So this would be a great place to be. Let's pray. Father, I thank you so much for our lives. I thank you for how far you brought us. We may not be what we want to be, but thank you, God, we're not what we used to be. In your name we pray, amen. All right, shake hands with 3 people, tell them you look great, and then you may be seated. Phil, can you give me that water? Okay, I just want to say that every sponsor that came up here and spoke, you guys did fantastic. Give them a big clap. I'm serious. All of you that came up here, you guys had super good stage presence, and just the way you held the mic and moved, it was fantastic. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach for about 30 minutes, and then I'm going to do a Q&A time. So one of the things that's kind of weird about my life is that I work super, super hard, but I did not expect to get this far. Like, I live in a place called weird. How many of you would like your life to get so good that it gets weird sometimes, huh? So I'll give you an example. About 5 months ago, I spoke in Dubai, 6,000 people, okay? First time in Dubai, 6,000 people. Before me was the president of Poland, the president. Second after that was the guy who runs Alibaba, who's worth $16 billion. You can Google it. After me was Elon Musk. So poor Elon had to follow Tim's story. And then I get to tour the world with all these amazing groups. Right now I'm on a tour that some of you that follow me on Instagram, you see us out there every month with myself, Kevin Hart, Kevin Costner, Tom Brady, all these different people. We're from city to city with 2 to 3, 4, 5, 6,000 in every single city. And one of the things that I love, and all the people always say this, they like, all the speakers are always in the green room, but you're always out there with the people. You know why? Because I'm just one of the people. And so God gives us all a little piece of the puzzle. And how many of you want to be the best at being your piece of the puzzle? Okay, clap your hands if you're ready for me. Okay, I'm going to teach a message and use a biblical verse and get you there. It says, on that day, they will say to Jerusalem, do not fear, O Zion. This is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 16. Do not let your hands remain limp. So I am a wordsmith. I love to study. Every single day, I study 2 hours a day. Every single day, 7 days a week. I studied 2 hours already today. You say, well, what are you studying? This week, I've been studying World War I, World War II, because I know about it, but I wanted to know more just for reference, because I'm always all over Europe. I want to know what happened, why it happened, where it happened. So I've been in documentaries. Or maybe I'm studying a subject of guilt or shame or whatever that subject is. So when I did research on this word limp, because God says, do not let your hands remain limp. What it means is broke down hands. Just try that. Say broke down hands. So that was very interesting to me. That God would say to his people, do not have broke down hands where you're unable to grasp your purpose, unable to grasp how great life is. And so if you studied God's people at that time, the children of Israel, they were being challenged on the inside, at the same time challenged on the outside. And that's the difficult thing about being you and being me and being human, is that we're all going to get challenged on the outside, But it makes it more difficult if you're challenging yourself on the inside while life is challenging you on the outside. How many think this is good so far? Okay. So it says, do not let your hands remain limp where you're unable to grasp things. It says, for the Lord your God is mighty to save. So back in my era, there was a cartoon called Mighty Mouse. I love Mighty Mouse because Mighty Mouse was mighty and probably still is. And there was a theme song, and here's how it went. Here I am to save the day. And then Mighty Mouse would come in, and he'd fly through the air. He could see deep. He would pop, 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 punch you in the jaw. And I remember as a little kid, like, man, that'd be so awesome to have like my own personal Mighty Mouse. If like somebody came against me, you'd hear the theme song, and up jumps the mouse. So the Bible says that God is mighty to save. So that means that God is more mighty than Mighty Mouse. I think that's awesome. So God is mighty to save. Then it goes on to say this. God will rescue the lame. So what does that mean? There's a lot of people that used to be high speed, and now they're walking through life at low speed. So I am a guy that shows up at my high school reunions. And so the 10-year high school reunion, you could recognize people. So it was good they had pictures, but they were recognizable. The 20-year high school reunion, on most people, you needed the photo. And you were kind of like, Gwen, I know you're in there, Gwen. Because now Gwen was 38 and not 18. And maybe Gwen had been through a divorce, and Gwen was raising 3 children by herself. You better catch this, it's good. So Gwen has now had what I call life interruptions. An interruption is a disturbance. It's a knock on the door that you did not expect. Every single one of you, if you have not had life interruptions, you will get them. They come in this thing called life. So the 20-year reunion, you could kind of see Gwen. The 30-year reunion, Gwen was kind of missing. Like Gwen was, there was like parts of this person, Gwen. So what I'm saying in this fictional person that I've created called Gwen is don't be a Gwen. Like, who are you? Are you still here? You still alive? I'm still Timmy Story from Compton. I'm still laid back. I'm still joking with people. I still walk through CVS, and when people recognize me, I joke with them and take selfies. I still stay childlike, but can I tell you something? It's a fight to stay that way. It's a battle. You have to get to a place where you decide to protect your innocence. Clap your hands if you're learning something so far. So God says, I will rescue the lame. I will rescue the injured. And if that's not you now, that will be somebody you know, or maybe you in some way, at some point in your life, you might get injured. Injured by a friendship. I'm going to have you turn my mic up a little bit. Injured by a friendship. Injured by a relationship. Look, injured by an illness you did not expect. Just injured. Who's ever been injured in life, either emotionally or physically? You should lift your hands, or you're not human. Even Jesus was injured, and he's Jesus. So God says, I will rescue the lame. I'll rescue the injured. You know, most people in this world, including a lot of my friends that I roll with, at these conferences I roll with these guys, right? And these guys are guys like, okay, I'm way up the mountain, but you could get up this mountain, but this is what it's going to take. The 7 things of getting up the mountain. Okay, and you're like, dude, I could barely get up the step. and they're like in their $50 million planes, and they paid them off cash. One of my friends, he just sold one of his companies this week. This is my real friend of 31 years, and made $200 million off one of his companies. Did you just hear what I said? This is my buddy of 31 years, my real friend. I life coach him. $201 million. But so why would he need a Tim Story? Because he gets injured too. And in fact, you could have the sight of a great plan. You have the right to a great plan and a great life. You got the sight, you got the right. But in order to not be a Gwen, you're going to have to learn to fight. Because life's going to take a shot at you. I was speaking at a big church in Hawaii, and I didn't know that a guy named Tony Robbins has sent a guy by the name of Dog the Bounty Hunter to come and see me. And this is before Dog had his show. And so Tony Robbins told Dog to come and see Tim Story. I'm at this big church, and I'm speaking there. And while I'm being funny and talking and sharing and building people up, this guy decides to stab me in the neck. So how many of you know there's some days you wake up and you do not want to be stabbed in the neck? Come on, people. Like you wake up and you go, today is the day. I do not want to be stabbed in the neck by a chiseled down screwdriver. So the guy was over there fidgeting. I'd never met Dog and Beth at the time. He reaches into his sock. He comes after me like this. He's going to take me here and hit me here. He's hearing voices to take me out. Okay? That's why he came to the event. So before he could get to me, this guy with long hair with a real mullet. Come on, people. Like, I saw it in person. And it's not a weave. Maybe now it is. But anyway, Dog the Bounty Hunter comes out of nowhere like a linebacker, and you hear, rah, rah. This is in a church, like a church of 3,000. You know the pastor. Dog comes out of nowhere and wrestles this guy down to the ground because this guy's going to kill Tim Story. I don't want people to kill Tim Story. So then I'm in Nigeria speaking to a little crowd of 30,000 people. And out of nowhere, they're walking me out of this crowd of 30,000 people. And bam, I got hit. Boom, right on the side of the face. A guy knocks me into the chairs. I'm like, this motivational speaking stuff, I tell you. Then I'm speaking at a big church in Atlanta. It's probably like 5 of the biggest speakers that you could imagine in what they call the church world. And me. So there's these people, they're all speaking and I'm speaking. So why didn't they pick on those guys? Those guys got planes. I came in today just by car. Are you with me? So while I'm speaking, this person comes and slaps me across the face. So I'm thinking to myself, this is really like interesting. Because I've always been like voted nicest kid in school. All the teachers liked me. I sat in the front row on purpose. For real, this is all true stuff. Got along with all my sports coaches. Get along with you, people like you. Even if you're grumpy, I would get along with you. If you're cynical, I'll still find a way to figure you out and like you. For real. But I get punched in Atlanta. So I talked to this guy one time and I said, this is really wild the way like people keep physically assaulting me for motivating them. So he said, doesn't that sound like the dark world? If they can't get to your mind and hold you, the dark world, get to your soul and squeeze you out, he's going to try to assault you through people that are under his influence. How many think this is kind of powerful? You should probably listen because you're being assaulted too. You say, nobody's punched me, or I didn't need Dog the Bounty Hunter to not get me stabbed in the neck. But no, but you have people put you down by just giving you a certain look. People are thinking things about you. People have labeled you. People have tagged you. You walk into Thanksgiving, they've already figured out what they think you're going to say. Oh, here she comes with all her businesses. And now she's going to be on Netflix. Come on, people. We thought we could deal with them before. Come on, people. He looks like George Clooney. And she's going to be on Netflix. Now we don't have time. And then we got the matching couple with the blue shirts. Come on, people. And one is the CFO, and one is the CEO, and one of them, and hey. And then you come to Thanksgiving with the blue shirts on. People are trying to assault you. So God sees that, and he says, let me rescue the lame. In fact, let me also take away your shame, because sometimes you'll assault yourself by making bad choices. My God, this teaching's so good. Yeah, I work with people who assault themselves by making bad choices. I work with Kanye West. I work with all these people you see on the news right now. Probably the 3 biggest stories, they're all Tim Story people that I'm working with. I was about to say it, but we're being recorded. I work with all of them. The lady in the cover of People magazine last week, I work with her too. The lady last week on Nightline, the big story, I work with that lady too. Why? Because I'm the best comeback coach in the world. Now, I'm not the best cook, and don't ask me to fix your tire, but if you have a setback, I know how to get you to a comeback. Clap your hands like you got to be good at something. Come on now. So God says, I will take away your shame. Whew, man. You know what's interesting about life is the choices we make. How many of you would like to take back at least one of your choices? Come on, lift your hands. You better lift your hands or you are lying. There's somebody, even if it's something you ate. Come on. Okay? I see couples that they're so excited. We've been married 23 years. They look miserable. But they're so excited. Look, that they've been married, look at me, 23 years, but they look miserable. So how about, like, that's awesome that you made it this far, but how about putting some other ingredients into that miserable marriage? Are you with me? Watch. These are choices we make. People who are miserable in their jobs, miserable in their life, hate people that are doing well. They're just haters. No matter what you do for them, they just want to cut you off. So powerful. God says, hey, you haters, I'll get you back out on the field so you don't have to hate all of us. I'll take away even your shame, and I'll renew your name. That's what it says here. And then it says, and I will restore your fortunes before your very eyes. To think that I went from Compton to living forever in Beverly Hills in a house with 7 bathrooms and an elevator around 5 of the biggest stars in the world kind of amazes me too. So I have a friend named Oprah Winfrey, and she always says, like, Tim, for real, if you think about your life, it's kind of like in a fantasy world of what is happening to you. It is in a world that is unusual because you serve a God that is unusual. You should clap your hands like that's powerful. Come on, clap real loud. So watch this. An utmost, God is not going to take you to almost places. An utmost, God does not want you to have an almost life. But Tim, what if I am in a setback? Or what if my kid's in a setback? Or what if my marriage is in a setback? If you're in a setback, don't keep taking a step back. If you're 90 pounds overweight, don't put yourself down. Let's take it to 85, then to 80, then from 80 to 75. That's how I do things, step by step. I'll show you a text just to show you how this happens to me. Well, I'm sitting there, guy's texting me. He's one of the most powerful people in the world. Texting me saying, I need you today. Can you talk to me today? I'll show you the text when we go back there. How often does this happen? Probably every 2 hours. Every 2 hours. Because no matter who anybody is, whether they're a big pastor, small pastor, or a person that does makeup, a person that does hair, or a person who's a movie star, a person who's a hip-hop person, or a person who owns a dry cleaners, everybody has stuff hit them. But watch what I do with this. You're going to get tempted at some point in your life to sit in a setback, and then you're going to get tempted to settle in a setback, where you decide to live in what I call the land of okay. All these people were texting me because Robert Downey Jr. was quoting me this week, because when Robert was in trouble, yes, Iron Man, when he was in trouble, Robert Downey Jr., when he was in trouble, he asked Tim Story to help him get out of trouble with addiction years ago in 1999. And he said, just help me be okay. I said, that's going to be difficult. He said, just help me be okay. I said, that's going to be difficult, because I don't believe in okay. And he smiled that smile that he does. And he goes, I like how you think. Come on, people. He went from he ain't going to be anything to Iron Man. That's why with me working with Kanye West since 2006, even when he does crazy stuff, everybody texts me and says, your boy's off the grid. Yeah, obviously. And one of his friends that you know who it is, and I'm not going to say, said to me recently in Beverly Hills, yo, Tim, just stay away for a minute. I go, I am, trust me. Some people, you just got to let them simmer. Are you with me? But I believe this, and then I'm done teaching. Then we're going to do a Q&A. That you don't have to sit in a setback. You don't have to settle in a setback. And then you don't need to cement yourself in a setback. Look at me. I've been through a lot of pain that I never talk about. Not once. Not once. Well, talk about it. It'll help people. I talk about the pain I want to talk about. Other pain I choose to keep private between people that we have things in common. The Bible says only a fool tells her whole heart. So I choose today not to sit, not to settle, and not to cement myself in the setbacks of my past and what my family has gone through. Because watch, what if somebody needs me to help them with their comeback? It's like if you get out of jail, watch, but you've had a friend that's in their own jail cell next to you, and you get out, and you got the keys. Look at me. Look at me. I'm done. You got the keys, 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 keys. It's a song. Now you can go like this. That's what I do for my friends. Look. I do it for their kids too. What's he up to? He wants to come to L.A.? He wants to work for NBC? All that. He's got a good attitude. Let's go ahead. Boom, bam, boom, bam. I love to position people. Bam, bam, bam. That's why I got excited about talking to some of you out there of what you're doing. Do you know why I'm excited? Because I believe in the next 6 months, your life can get so good it becomes weird. Come on, lift your hands if it's possible. The God super hits your natural, and all of a sudden, things become supernatural. The same guy that saved me from being stabbed in the neck, Dog the Bounty Hunter, 8 months later got a TV show because a guy named Tim Story introduced him to one of the top managers in Beverly Hills because he saved me from being stabbed in the neck. I'm done speaking. Clap your hands if you learned anything. Come on, clap like you got energy. Okay, stand up and stretch. All right, give me 2 people, tell me something that you learned. Okay, lift your hand. This is a leadership meeting, something that you learned. Boom. And I love that you were a goalie. And I watched the Hope Solo documentary. And how is your style different than hers? As a goalie.
I'll try. Okay, there we go. Woo, it's loud. For me, you mean in terms of like my technicality? Like,
Yeah, your technicality, your technique. How are you
So,
different than Hope Solo? Short
it's-
answer.
It's funny, when I was getting recruited for colleges, I'm only 5'4", and so a lot of colleges overlooked me because of my height. And so I found a way to overcome my height, and I never got chipped. The ball never went over my head. So Hope's a tall, lengthy goalie, and
Yeah.
I made sure I was quick on the ground and that I overcompensated so I
Ooh,
didn't get
like
chipped.
that. And the fact that did you get a scholarship to USC?
I did. I started off in San Francisco, and then I finished at SC.
That's big. Okay, so question or comment?
Question or comment? I guess for me, you were saying what we learned. So some of the things, I feel like the more I move up in my business, the more dark people come in, the more
Yes.
haters, the more it's like
And that will
people
continue.
trying to make you fall. Like they want to see you fail. They're doing
Yeah.
anything they can possible to
It'll
see you
it'll
fail.
continue.
Yeah,
your
so I
whole
think
life.
I just learned that this year. It's really hard. I feel like a lot of people are doing the chitter chatter and they're just waiting for you to slip up.
Yeah, it will continue your whole life, whatever field you're in. If you're the best janitor, they're going to come at you. If you do what you guys do in homes, okay, and your first name again? Marcos. Okay, Marcos. Marcos, the higher you get, you're going to get the cheap shots that come from places you don't expect. Because we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and spiritual wickedness in high places. If you help at the Dream Center, then guess what's going to happen? The enemy's going to come at you for working at the Dream Center because you're setting people free. You're like, why am I tripping? Because you're setting people free. So you were never under that much attack until you started working at the Dream Center. Somebody needs to pay attention. Some people say, I'm not attacked that much because you're not doing that much. You're not doing that much. You're no threat. If you're the threat, the blitz is coming. The linebackers are coming. The defensive backs are coming. They're blazing. They're coming after you. See, I don't trust everybody. I'm not like, oh my God, I'm so open. I'm so open with everybody. No, I don't know what your motives are. You could be trippy. You got levels of friendships. You got the acquaintance, you got the friends and family, then you have the green room. So you got to watch who you bring in your green room. So that's what's going to happen to you. We need to cut some people out of your green room. Go, oh, Sylvia, you're so awesome. Go back to the friends and family room. You don't say it, but you just do it. It's called the book Boundaries. Good teaching, right? Clap your hands if you're learning. Great question. Okay, next question or comment? Let's talk.
Hi, I'm Cassie. Can I ask a question?
Anything you want. About anything.
I feel like
And then you guys can sit. We're going to go 10 more minutes.
for a very long time I've felt called to greatness, and the way I strongly
Called to what?
greatness.
So you really said that about yourself.
Yeah.
So where did you get that idea that you were called to greatness? It's in Ephesians 2:10, right? It's in Ephesians 4:1. But where did you get that idea that you were called to greatness?
I can't even explain it. It's been there my whole life. I don't know. But I can say I went to your last event here and it lit a fire in me. And you know what I know the devil does? I don't think it, I know it. He keeps me confused about what I'm supposed to be doing, how I'm supposed to be channeling my energy, what
Okay,
I'm
so
supposed
where's
to be
your
doing.
community? Do you go to this church or another church?
I was away from church for a long time,
Okay,
and I
so
started to come back here.
I'm just life coaching you, okay?
Yeah,
You're only how old?
32.
That's super young. Okay, so I'm 64. You're supposed to say, oh my God, you look so young.
But you do. But you do.
Oh my God, I'm weirded out. I almost thought you were attractive for a minute. I'm weirded out. That's what happened to my daughter's friend. I think her name is Courtney, because she's like 30. She got weirded out recently. She's like, oh my God. She goes, Mr. Starr, I'm so sorry. I just kept staring at you. She goes, number one, I'm such a fan, but oh my gosh, like, you have a way about you. She goes, I got weirded out for a minute. Okay, so anyway, back to you being that age.
Yeah.
Okay, can I help you? I'm gonna
Yeah.
help. No, I'm gonna help you.
Yeah, I've just, I feel like the devil is like working.
No. We're gonna get off the devil for a minute.
Okay.
I'm helping you. So what she needs to do, as you know, because you're the pastor, is you need to be in a community and just be in the community, just soak in it. Just soak.
Okay.
Watch. Get under the teaching. You soak and you serve. You soak and you serve. And then God sees you soaking and serving. He says, you've been serving so good. I have an assignment for you. Bam. Hey.
Hey.
And then watch this. Bam.
Yeah.
I got an assignment for you, Tim Story. You're going to be on the Oprah Winfrey Show over and over and over and over. Do all these projects with her. Then you're going to be on the Steve Harvey Show for 5 years every Monday. Let's do that. Is that okay for you, Tim, to blow up your whole career to a crazy level to where I have 3 million people follow me on social media, on Instagram alone? Over 3 million? Where I'm in 92 airports around the world right now, speaking, 92 airports. You got to look at my face on all these big screens. Every 2 hours I come up. How'd you do it? Oh my God, how did you do it? What's the life hack? You serve. You serve. You just keep serving. Give her a clap. Okay, one more question or comment. Ask me about anything, about money or anything. My shoes, anything.
Yeah, so I have a question. Going from Compton to Beverly Hills, how are you able to maintain your vision and see past your current environments?
I think you got to stay close to the pain. Pain. So I still have cousins that are incarcerated. I got a brother who died because of alcohol addiction, and he was a engineer at McDonnell Douglas and very brilliant mind, college graduate, but yet he could not break alcohol addiction, so he died. So I embraced the pain. And so even though I'm still bougie, I'm very bougie still. You can't really see it. I don't even have any of my watches on, nothing that shows. Even the car that I'm in is not the car that I could drive today. But I'm still very bougie, but I'm still very Compton. No, so I'm the guy at 7-Eleven on the curb with the guy who's asking for money. Because that's somebody's son. So you get me? So yeah, I was in Milan just recently, Italy, and these guys were trying to mess with me, kind of a fancy Italian guy. He goes, since you're the life coach to the stars, you must know the man back there. I said, well, who's back there? He says, one of your stars. You must know the man who's back there. I said, well, who's back there? He said, George Clooney. So I'm a bit of an actor. So I thought, come on, buddy. Give me something more difficult. He's trying to stump me. So I take a sip of my tea, and my friend who's with me, who knows me well, he's like, his story's up to something. So I look, I see Clooney, and before I get to him, he jumps up. Tim, we've been buddies for 26 years. So I can go from that situation to right back to the prisons, helping people with prison reform, right back to Victory Outreach, to the houses, speaking to people who are in the homes for free just because I love it. You got to stay close to the pain. Somebody say that. Say, stay close to the pain. See, some of you are trying to avoid it so much that you forgot what it tastes like. If you guys only knew how powerful this is right now. If you only knew. I don't want to stay close to the pain. Ugh. I'm grossed out by the pain. No, listen to me. Stay close to the pain. If your mother bothers you, try to figure out why she's bothered. What's wrong with her? What's wrong with your cousin? What's wrong with the church? What's wrong with people? Stay close to the pain, okay? One more question, or what did you learn? I would ask me something. If I was standing up here, all the places I've been, the people that I work with, I would ask me something. Okay, last one. Thanks for wearing that blue shirt today.
No problem. I am in a dilemma right now in my professional career. Right now, I'm a senior analyst, but it's not fulfilling to me. And so right now, I'm 38, and I want to go after my passion, which is personal finance, like helping people with their finances and becoming a financial coach. But I have the luxury of having a career that provides for my family.
Yes.
So now I'm in a dilemma where do I give that up and chase after my passion, or do I?
So I have an easy solution. You ready for my easy solution?
Yes.
So watch. You have 8 pieces of a pie. If you went to Marie Callender's, they cut it in slices of 8. So there's 8 pieces. So if I was life coaching you in your career right now, 8 pieces are going into the job that you're currently in.
Correct.
I don't want to take all 8 pieces and take you into the financial coach and become my friend Rob Luna, who's one of the biggest financial coaches in the world, okay? And now he's on Fox News and MSNBC, and he's speaking at my conference next week in Bel Air, California, at a $13 million home.
All right.
Are you with me?
Yep,
Okay.
following.
So I don't want you to take all 8 pieces of the pie and just run. I only want 3 pieces of the pie. So 5 pieces in your current job for a year, but now you're giving me 3, Tim, to work on my dream.
All right.
Okay? So that's going to fire up the 5 piece, because now you're working on your 3 piece,
Right.
and vice versa. Okay? So I have a medical doctor from Texas, and he was like, Tim, I'm going to become you. I'm going to be Tim's story, motivate people. I saw it. God showed me. I'm going to be in huge crowds, and this guy is inspirational. He's a good-looking white guy and has a great practice. And I said, doctor, come on, man. It took you this long to be a doctor. Let's take 3 pieces of the pie and work on being Tim's story, and be 5 pieces of the pie and being the doctor that you are. And that's what he did 5 years ago. And he's huge on both sides.
All right.
He's making crazy money on the speaking side because he's a doctor who knows stuff that I don't know. He's like with the Gary Brecka 10X Health kind of people.
Yeah.
That's really big. The financial guru guy, you don't have to have gone to Princeton to be that guy. You just have to be the guy that read 100 books on it.
Right.
It's good, right?
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
And I just coached you just only 7 minutes right there. Could you imagine if I coached? Could you imagine if I really coached you?
Right.
All right, clap your hands like you learned something. Come on, people. Okay, how many of you are glad that you came? How many of you learned some lessons from my little lesson? Okay. One of the things I want to just say to you is try to enjoy where you are on the way to where you're going. Just enjoy it. When I got done speaking to the big Dubai group, all the bodyguards, they took me out like this. Man, people were chasing me down. Big stars, too. They were chasing me down because I lit that damn stage on fire. Like, it was almost wrong. Watch. So I told my friend that I brought. I said, let's go out to the beach, because the beach was right behind the building. I took off my shoes. I rolled up my Dolce & Gabbana suit. Just telling you a story. I tell my stories the way I tell my stories. You tell your stories the way you tell your stories. Don't hate. So I rolled it up. And Pastor, I got in the water. He's like, only you. I said, that was a crazy experience. He goes, I feel like freaking crying right now. I said, why? He says, because look how in the moment you are. So I wasn't like, well, what's after that? Then I'm going to go get bigger and bigger and bigger. No. Right now, look, I'm actually here. And I'm going to remember your question. And I'm going to remember that I told you to soak and serve. When I run into you, when things clear up in your life and you start really hitting those goals. Because I'm really here. So enjoy where you are on the way to where you're going. Clap your hands. You guys are a great audience. And they clap for themselves louder. That was so funny. I said, you guys are a great audience. You went, yes, we are. Okay. So I called Joseph, who you talk to sometimes. Joseph, I found him at a church. He just got out of jail. And he was on a testimony board at this mega church. And then he was like this. And I just got out of jail, and I'm watching his story. I go, I'm going to hire that little sucker. So I asked him to come in the back. He didn't know who Tim Story was. His parents were all excited, like, oh, my God, freaking Tim Story wants my son. So I'm like, hey, roll with me. So he started working the Hollywood Bible study with me. So when Kanye West would come, I don't trust Kanye with many people, so I put Joseph on him. If that star would come, I put Joseph on him. That person, Joseph with him. The Steve Harvey deals, Joseph. The Oprah Winfrey deals, Joseph. Everything, Joseph. He went to servant to vice president. But one reason I like him, because he understands pain. I like to be around people who remember what they come from. Just wave at me if you're catching this. So as I was driving in, I called Joseph. I said, you know, I'm here in August. Next week, I'm doing my Bel Air event. Follow me on Instagram. You'll see all this stuff. I'll have 300 people in Bel Air at an amazing house. This house is probably like 11 million. You can look it up because you guys are realtors. This one's like at 11 million, and I'm having all these guests come to speak about life. And then I'm doing a private event in a $12.5 million home for only 50 people. And I'm just breaking down every area of their life for 3 days. I'm bringing in the #1 sleep coach who's been teaching at USC, and now she's going to Stanford. I'm bringing in the best financial coaches, gurus, the guy I mentioned, who's the guy at Fox now. I'm bringing in people that know how to deal with trauma. I'm going to work with people for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You say, was it hard to get people to do this, to pay the money to do it? No, they run. They run to be helped. Look at me. They run to be helped. You know what I decided to do when I was young? Invest in myself. If I really believed in myself, I said, I'm going to invest in myself. Some of you are too stingy on you. So I invested to go to a conference in Seoul, Korea. Youngie Cho was doing a conference. So I wanted to go. I decided to go. And the only way to go was to sell my Volkswagen. And so at 18, I sold my Volkswagen to go to Korea. I never looked back. Because you get exposed. You get around those people like I'm going to have in Bel Air, and you start rubbing with them. You're like, they're no different than me. That guy that sold a company for $200 million, he is no different than me. Look at me. They're no different than us. But you got to get out and rub with people. So I'm going to open up 2 slots for coaching. And that's what I had to ask Joseph. I said, what's my schedule like? He says, it's a lot right now. But since you decided not to do this other thing, I was going to go somewhere and speak, that you have time. 2 sessions, watch how open I am, discounted rate, 2 sessions. You get 2 sessions, say 2. So 2, so you get this right in your brain. It's 2 sessions for $1,500. That's very low. Usually it's 2 sessions for $4,000 because I'm $2,000 a session. If I speak to your company, I'm $10,000 an hour. And to speak at a conference, I'm $50,000 to speak at your conference. We do with all that money, change people's lives. Clap your hands like that. That's awesome. You should celebrate. So I'm opening up 2 slots. Do I have 2 people that want to do 2 coaching sessions with me? 1, 2 at $1,500. Okay, just stand. Okay, got 1. And it could be a couple if you wanted to come together. Can you guys come together? Is it anybody else, another couple or single person? And some of you need to get out there and stand and invest in yourself. This is not for me right now. This is for you. Okay? Anybody else? Okay. So here's what I want to say to you. You guys can sit, and I'll give you my information after. You got to believe in miracles. Then you got to expect miracles. Then you got to receive miracles and know that you're okay to receive miracles. And then you're going to become a miracle. And then you're going to release miracles. How many of you want to be a miracle releaser? Okay? Close your eyes. Father, I thank you for this amazing group of people today. I thank you for their lives. The God, that none of us will be a discount version of ourselves. None of us will be like this Gwen I described. We won't cower from who we are supposed to be. But we embrace the calling on our lives. Thank you, God, for healing us, molding us, changing us. Just say these words. Say, thank you, God, for what you're doing in my life. Thank you, Jesus, for forgiving me of my sins and cleansing me from all wrongdoing. Thank you, Jesus, for being Jesus in my life. And then say this. Say, I'm learning, growing, and getting better. Okay, look up here. How many can sense God's presence in this room? In the midst of me being funny and joking and talking, and here he is. Give our pastor a big clap as he comes. Give him a big clap all the way from Temecula.
Love you. Love you. Hey, just a real quick a moment. If I can I want to thank Tim for coming. Everything that he's saying is actually how I met him. I was serving as a youth pastor, and he came to our church. And he was so nice, and he said, I just wanted to talk with you. And he prayed over me. And I was just serving at a church and never thought that I would meet the people that I met. And I just want to encourage you, Cassie, and if it's okay with you, I'd like to give you a copy of my latest book. It's called Into the Deep, because there's a chapter there where God asked Moses, when he had the burning bush moment, he said, what do you have in your hand? And Moses said, I just got a rod. And he says, if you'll lay that down, I'll make it supernatural. And so oftentimes we despise what we have in our own hand. David was an amazing, amazing harp player. That's what he had in his hand. Nobody heard him. He was in the backside of his father's house. But somehow somebody from the king's court heard him just play the harp and invited him into the palace. And so oftentimes we have things in our hands that we just devalue because we're always looking at what's in Tim's hands or somebody else's hands. And so we compare ourselves and say, well, what I have in my hand isn't valued. Samson got a jawbone of a donkey, and he picked it up, and with God's power, he killed 1,000 Philistines because he used what he had in his hand. And I think what Tim was saying today, and I want to offer you, is when you serve in church, you get to find out what you have in your hand. And so I'm here today with everything that God has done because my dad asked me, hey, can you help me with the youth? Our youth pastor left, can you? And I thought I was going to be a rock star. We had a band called the War Club. Shout out to the War Club. Anyway, so we were going to tour the world. So I thought we'll just play music. But at some point I'd have to open the Bible. And when I opened that Bible, people would come up to me and say, hey, you have something in your hand here. You have a gift. I said, why? Why do you think I have a gift? Because the kids listen to you. They don't listen to us. And so I just serving in my dad's church. And that brought just what he said, just bringing you in front of great people. And today you're in front of greatness. I know Tim. I love Tim. And I was going to cry right now because I'm just honored that he's here. And I know you're hearing him for the first time, but I mean, he could be anywhere today, and he comes because he loves people. And I'm just honored. And I was thinking about, how God can put you at the right place at the right time with people. And who am I? I'm like, I just knew him from a church, and he's always been nice to us, always been our friend. And I'm just saying that sometimes people want all the results right away, and it doesn't work that way. You have to serve. You have to, this is funny. I'm just going to tell all of you this. You don't need a title to be great. You don't need the Bible talks about serving is greatness. And you don't need a title to make a difference in somebody's life. You don't need to be a pastor. You just need to be somebody with a heart, And let me just say this, and then I'll quit. But I think we have to look at what do we have right in front of us in our hand. And number two, you have to look at what frustrates you. Because Moses was frustrated with the Egyptians because he had a heart for his people. And so oftentimes the things that frustrate you the most is actually what God's calling you to deal with. And I think that's very important. We love excellence at this church because I don't like disorganization. I don't like that. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they're like, I don't like organized religion. I was like, that's okay. You can go to a bunch of churches that are unorganized. There's unorganized religion, I guess. I don't know. But I love excellence, and it's doing the best with what you have where you're at with what's in your hand. And we decided with our team, no matter how many people show up today, we want to welcome you. I hope you all felt that. We want to love on you, and we want to give you excellence. And if you don't like it, you can have your money back. How's that? Because it was a free event. I'm kidding. But I just want to encourage. Did somebody pay to get in here? It was a free, and we did it all for free to serve you. Can we give Tim a great round of applause? And just before we close this out, I want to introduce you to somebody. Jeff Kirkland, would you come up just real quick? Come on up, Jeff. Please, will you do that for me? And just through serving, I met this man. I like this guy. His son and my son are friends. And I want you to just see Jeff real quick. And can you hand Jeff a mic real quick as well? I met him. It is. But I want you to know him because him and his partner own the corporate room in Wildomar. And so if you're looking to do events, they actually, for a period of time, I shouldn't probably say this, but for a period of time, they opened up the corporate room for our church just to do youth there. It's a phenomenal place. You guys do, you want to tell them a little bit about, you guys do weddings and what?
Yeah. I don't know if I need this or not. My wife says I have a loud mouth anyway, so. The corporate room is based in Wildomar, so it's if you're familiar with Wildomar, it's near the old pizza factory off Baxter. So we've been there for 10 years now. Will be I think September will be 10 years. We also own New Life Culinary Creations, which is a catering company out here. We've been doing it for 10 years now, so we've been serving the valley, and it's been great. And had an opportunity to have you come in and have your services in our location, and it's been great. And you've been a good friend for many years, so yeah, thank you.
I just want you to meet Jeff. He's a phenomenal guy. If you need a place to host something, just talk with him. They do, like he said, catering and everything. Great brother in Christ. Love God and his family. So thanks for coming today, Jeff. But I just wanted you to see his handsome face, and he does CrossFit like every hour. So just I follow him on Instagram. All his kids are doing, like my son's playing Fortnite, and all of his kids are like doing burpees and stuff. It's like, and thank you, Jeff. And I need to be around you a little bit more. I need to rub some of that bicep on mine for a second. There you go. All right, thank you. Yeah, we love you, Jeff. And I'm just telling you, these are the kind of people, I'm just like, man, if people can meet Jeff and what you're doing, he's phenomenal. I hope, can you hang around just a little bit, Jeff? So thank you. Thank you all for coming. Listen, we're just going to turn on some music. Feel free to go meet some people. And if you want to, if Tim's okay with you, come saying hi to him, take some pictures with him. And I think the pictures are only 10,000 each. So you can just, no, I'm kidding. Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming. Tim, honestly, thank you so much. Thank you for being our friend, our mentor, and our help. So we're so excited. How many of you like to do this again in the new year? And so let me just tell you one more time. If you guys would put up the Inspire Society circles, this will be September, and this will be right in our cafe. If you signed up, if you haven't signed up, please, just real quick, put the QR code one more time. Please just sign up there, and we'll just send you an email when this stuff is happening. We're not going to spam you, but we want to just get together, talk a little bit, and I'm going to let you know about what we're going to be doing in the community together. Like I was telling you, we got a text from a lady that they're starting a bank here in Temecula, so they want to be involved, and it would just be good to know some people if you ever need something, but also just for encouragement, if you need prayer, we're here. If you don't have a home church, love to invite you tomorrow, Sunday at 10 a.m. It's funny, and I'm just going to say this, that everything that Tim talked about, and what we talked about with Cassie was actually Wednesday night service. It was, what do you have in your hand? Right? Is that and it's amazing, and so just things like that. And we'd love to be. If you ever need prayer, you don't have to come to the church to be a part of Inspire, but we'd love to just connect with you. And any questions about Inspire? Or anything that we're wanting to do? Yes, Olivia. Oh, so Olivia wants to do the. Olivia is a phenomenal intercessor, and she prays for the church all the time. So. I'm proud of you for investing in that, Olivia. We love you for doing that. So we'd love to hang out. The cafe would be open. And again, just please come to the Inspire Society Circle and get updated on our newsletter. And we love you guys. God bless you. I got a product over there, some books that we've written that maybe will help Into the Deep, and then a whole book on gratitude that we did. So we'd love for you to resource yourself with that. God bless you guys. Thanks for coming. And we will see you next time.